Alright guys, welcome back to another reaction video. My name is James.
I'm Ninetailedbrush. I'm Nick.
And today we're going to be reacting to Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, the extended edition. Obviously, if you guys are just joining us, I've seen it, Nick has seen it. We're like the biggest Lord of the Rings fanboys in the world. Ninetailedbrush has not seen it. Any thoughts, predictions, any deaths, anything that you want to predict before we get into this masterpiece of film?
I mean, the main one I was going for was the whole Frodo death thing. Like,
okay, so you still think Frodo's gonna die?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. You know, that's my main thing. And then I don't know, Return of the King. I don't know what that means. So I have several thoughts.
I had some theories. Yeah.
But
yeah. So I don't think I've actually ever seen the extended edition of this movie. So this is gonna be a little bit interesting.
Oh really? Okay.
No, I've never seen it. It's significantly longer, but either way, these movies are absolute masterpieces. Obviously. If you guys want to watch the full-length reaction, that is going to be up on Patreon. I sincerely apologize for the event that was the Two Towers last week. Never going to happen again. But full-length reactions, the next reaction, if you guys can't wait for tomorrow's reaction, which is the second part, that's also going to be up on Patreon, the whole shebang. And then we are doing the Hobbit movies. So if you guys want to check out next week's reaction, that's where we're going to go through the Hobbit movies, and then potentially after that, Game of Thrones. So that's the plan. But yeah, as always, thank you guys for joining us, and let's get into this amazing movie.
Return of the King could mean a few things. Well, I'm thinking, I have a few theories. So, Return of the King could mean
Aragorn, yeah.
Aragorn, like, becoming the king of whatever.
Gondor, yeah.
Or, Sauron. Was he a king?
I mean...
He's kind of like a king, basically, right?
Yeah.
I also have a really crackpot theory. But I don't want to really bring it up as far as Return of the King. That's Smeagol?
Yeah.
I can kind of recognize his features.
Yeah. Well, that's just what Andy Serkis actually looks like.
Ah, okay.
So these people are like river folk, so they're a little bit bigger than hobbits, but they're not as big as humans.
Okay.
Is this all extended? Some of this, no?
I think this is some extra footage.
Yeah.
Softness of the wind. We even forgot.
That's such a freaking awesome intro.
I'm just so glad that Peter Jackson decided to open the movie like that.
That's such a cool way to open the movie. Now we ended on a pretty hardcore dark note with Gollum, right?
Yeah.
So,
It's like he was kind of turning back to, being a little nicer, I guess, or normal, but then
Faramir pissed him off.
yeah, it's like he thinks Frodo betrayed him.
Yeah.
Lead him to something or someone, right? I think.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah.
Get them to kill them so they can take the ring.
You go ahead and eat that. I've rationed it. There should be enough. For what? The journey home.
Look at this freaking landscape, dude.
It's also interesting to see like how powerful an effect that ring had on Gollum to
Yes.
or Smeagol to kill someone he was probably like fairly close to that quickly. Like holy.
And also
crap.
it makes you think, how old is he, right? Because he saw Bilbo, who's 100 now.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a whole week and they're still smoking. We know.
Hey, honestly, they kind of deserve it. They kind of popped off last week.
Putting my feet up on a settle after a hard day's work. Only you've never done a hard day's work. We are sitting on a field of victory, enjoying a few well-earned comforts. Young Bush together.
It calls him young.
I just noticed that.
And make peace afterwards. Can we not take counsel together as we once did, my old friend? Can we not have peace, you and I? We shall have peace. We shall have peace when the lives of the soldiers, whose bodies were hewn even as they lay dead against the gates of the Hornburg, are avenged. Don't. What do you want, Gandalf Grey?
That's such a cool shot.
Let me guess. The key of Orthanc? Or perhaps the keys of Barad-dûr itself? Something festers in the heart of Middle-earth. Something that you have failed to see. This exile, crept from the shadows, will never be crowned king. Save your pity and your mercy. I have no use for it.
Come on, man, you're just
Well,
making it
damn.
look more epic. Like,
And I will tell you where your doom will be decided. I will not be held prisoner. This my bark. Would have been too good. I'll take that, my man. Quickly now.
That was such a cool moment with Saruman, like, tempting, like taking the facts of the situation which are true and then like twisting them to kind of have like doubt and like fill all of the, I don't know, it's a new scene. That was such a cool moment to like start off the movie.
Yeah, I think it shows like how treacherous his words, you know, like how he poisons
Yeah.
Theoden and things like that.
Like this is just taking him down.
Aemor's like, what?
I feel something. A slight tingle in the fingers. It's effective.
Freaking Legolas and Gimli.
now is that because of he's an elf? Like,
Yeah.
is that?
I think
Okay.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does your heart tell you? But Frodo is alive.
I feel like either way you have to continue like he is, you know?
Yes, he's alive.
Yeah. I mean, like, what's the alternative, right? Like, holy.
Like, yeah. If he doesn't get the Ring to Star, you still gotta try and fight Mordor.
Well, holy Dom, you're talking out loud. Like,
Smeagol wants to see him. Dead.
wrong was this Gollum side of him keeps like
Creeping
pushing
through.
him. Like,
She hungers for sweeter meats, wet meat. And when she throws away the bones, and
He makes the murderer!
Smeagol would rather fall.
Can't do this by ourselves, Sam. Not without a guide. I need you on my side.
feel like Frodo's got to trust Sam in this, though. You know,
Yeah, like he's your friend. I mean, he's come all the way with
he
you,
wouldn't
right?
lie. I do think it raises an interesting point, though, about the ring in general, of like how much of the ring's corruption is based off, like how much of Smeagol is Gollum. Like I kind of tend to think that it magnifies your worst qualities,
Yeah, I
which
feel
means
like,
that if those don't exist, it wouldn't.
yeah, I feel like that is a thing. He's going after that, like,
The Palantir, right? Because we saw that in the first movie.
I don't know if I'd be brave enough to do that. Like,
I just want to
I don't remember.
Oh, frickin' Aragorn!
It was dead. The city was burning.
Minas Tirith. Is that what you saw? He will raise Minas Tirith to the ground before he sees a king return to the throne of men. If the beacons of Gondor are lit, Rohan must be ready for war.
And you're coming with me? Mary? Come on.
That actually helps, though. If
No,
Sauron
yeah,
thinks they have the
definitely.
ring, that they can use that to their advantage.
Bloodshed effects shows the meaning of haste.
Since before we were twins, I would get him into the worst sort of trouble. But I was always there to get him out.
So she's seeing what could be, kind of.
Something.
There is nothing for you here. Only death.
What did you see?
I looked into your future and I saw death.
There is also life,
That future is almost gone.
but it is not lost.
Nothing is so.
A light from the shadow shall
The sword?
spring. Renewed shall be blade that was broken. Mother, whether by your will or not, there is no ship now that can bear me hence.
Did you ever get how that worked exactly? I never understood that.
But they gotta get that sword to
Aragorn.
Aragorn. Holy. That's,
Built into the mountainside.
that's crazy looking.
I think there's like 7 or 9 levels to the whole
Yeah,
city.
I think 9 levels, isn't it?
Oh, oh damn, the top looks cool.
There's your tree.
Yes, the white tree.
Love the guards just standing
Yes. And they have the different helmets and the designs and they're
He's a
it's
spirit,
cool as shit, okay?
a caretaker. To give him news of his beloved son's death would be most unwise. I do not mention further. Perhaps you come to tell me why my son is dead.
So Faramir or whatever.
Yeah.
Boromir died to
No.
save us,
Oh no.
my kinsman and me.
The enemy is on your doorstep. As steward, you're charged with the defense of this city. Where are Gondor's armies? You think you are wise, Mithrandir. Yet for all your subtleties, you have not wisdom. The shield against Mordor, and with your right you seek to supplant me. I know who rides with Theoden of Rohan. Authority is not given to you to deny the return of the king, steward. Rule of Gondor is mine, and no others.
So much of this dialogue is straight from the book.
That's why it's so well written,
I know.
dude. It's so beautiful. And you can see Mordor just on the...
It's like the
It's
contrast.
so fucking cool.
Crazy.
Minas Tirith. Very impressive. So where are we off to next?
Oh, it's too late for that. There's no leaving this city.
Hey, you swore your loyalty, you dummy.
Help must come to us.
Decent pieces.
You think?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Borderline crossing over to Mordor over here.
Is it time?
Yes.
It's so quiet.
It's the deep breath before the plunge. This will be the end of Gondor as we know it. Here the hammer-stroke will fall hardest
Because it's right there.
if the river is taken. Sauron is yet to reveal his deadliest servant, the one who will lead Mordor's armies in war. The one they say no living man can kill. He stabbed Frodo.
Ah, okay. I was wondering when they're gonna come into play. Now is that just one of them?
He is the Lord
Well,
of the Nine,
that is the lord of all of them.
greatest of the Nine.
Ah, okay.
Very nasty place. Full of enemies.
Well, we didn't think it was a nice place. I mean, just look at it. Like,
It looks pretty dope to me, but...
The way into Mordor.
oh,
That's not even a staircase. That's
Yeah,
like a straight freaking climb.
ooh.
They're bad, but they're the coolest part of Lord of the Rings.
Holy crap. Just stick your head down, dude. We don't need to see this. Don't watch it.
The board is set. The pieces are moving.
Anything happens to him, you'll have me down soon. One sniff, something's not right. One hair stands up on the back of my head. It's over. You're gone. Gone.
Is this in between them and the...
And Mordor. So they're guarding, right? They guard the river that leads up to the gates of Minas Tirith. I
Okay,
believe.
so that's
Yeah.
what we were saying. That
Yeah.
was... Okay.
Quiet.
Come on.
Guys.
They're right freaking there.
It's like the worst mist possible.
The hell do the bad guys get to control the weather? Holy. Hell yes.
Oh, nice.
Faramir's such a badass. Oh,
Holy
That is
crap.
there's just so many, dude.
Yeah, me with my fear of heights, not gonna be good for doing stuff like this.
Gandalf trying to act normal.
I mean, there's always something up with Gandalf. You can't be, get out of there, dude.
He's like, oh shit.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not thinking that's gonna happen. Like, how looks epic.
One of the coolest sequences in Lord of the Rings.
It's cool because, like, it's a cool way of communication since
Yes.
they can't, you know, talk through telephone or whatever.
Shit. And it makes you feel like this is just like huge land and kingdom and
And like the distance
So
between the two
fucking cool.
kingdoms.
Come on.
The beacons have been ascended! The beacons are lit! Gunlock's right, and Rohan will answer. Muster the Rohirrim!
That's how you show you're a different man. Or a king, even, a true king.
hell yes. Tradition.
And gladly, I accept it. You shall be Meriadoc, Esquire of Rohan.
Both Mary and Pippin.
Yeah, exactly.
Show their loyalty.
Now who's the heir? Riders of Rohan! Those you have taken! Now, fulfill them all! Lord of the land!
Can they hold out though for like
Dude,
3 or
there's-
even more days?
Also, as Gilead, there's so many freaking orcs.
Oh my gosh.
Holy. I like how they shoot it from the ground too. They never show a buff shot, so you feel like you're on the ground.
The time of the orc has come.
It's the White Rider!
Come on, Gandalf. Holy.
Holy. Holy. So it's cool to see Gandalf in action, you know?
Yeah. And it's I mean, the temptation is always to make the bad guy like like the Nazgul are cool, but I like that they give the good guys their own.
Yeah.
Listen to the first half they have crossed your paths.
You've seen Frodo and Sam?
Where? When?
In Mathilion. Not 2 days ago. Gandalf. They're taking the road to the Mogul Vale.
You would risk its utter ruin.
I did what I judged to be right.
You know what? Freaking great, Denethor.
It should have been brought back to the Citadel to be kept safe.
I don't know, man. You're feeling a little.
I would not use the ring. Not if Minas Tirith were falling in ruin and I alone could save her.
Boromir would have remembered his father's need. He would have brought me a kingly gift.
Boromir would not have brought the ring.
Boromir was loyal to me, not some wizard pupil. Leave me.
He's got some issues.
Yeah. I do like that they do add a character like that though in the black and white conflict that is good versus evil, like, you know what I mean, because he isn't. I mean, he's messed up, but he's not like he's not like Sauron, like he's his own level of gray.
Well, I don't know if I'd call it his own level of gray. I'd call it his own level of black at this point.
That's true.
So, we really need to not have this hanging out all the time. Nice. You attempted to murder us, like.
Do not stop the attack until the city is taken. Slay them all. One of them was it. I will break him.
Freaking empty helmet.
The Witch King. Oh.
I think you have strength of a different kind. And one day your father will see it.
I don't know about that, but
From this hour henceforth, until my lord release me, or death take me.
Fealty with love. Valor with honor. Disloyalty with vengeance. What would you have me do? I will not yield the river in Pelennor unfought. My lord Osgiliath is overrun. Much must be risked in war. You wish now that our places had been exchanged. And I had died and Boromir had lived. I wish not. Since you were robbed of Boromir, I will do what I can in his stead. If I should return, think better of me, father. That will depend on the manner of your return.
I can't believe he said that to his
That's
son.
like,
Like, how do you
fuck
say
you.
that?
Well, it's like he's not even his father anymore.
I know.
Like, you can't even really. Are you serious?
What do you want to? Sneaking off, are we?
Sneaking?
It's gone. The elven bread.
What? That's all we have left.
He took it. He must have.
Smeagol?
Look. What's this?
oh my gosh, dude, it doesn't
On
even.
his jacket says he took it.
How you do this? Sam! Oh, stop it! Sam! It's that golem. It's this place. It's that thing around your neck. I could carry it. I could carry it. Share the load. Share the loads and loads and loads. Get away! I just want to help. No, Sam. It's you. But he's a liar. He's poisoned you against me. You can't help me anymore. Go home.
Dude, all Sam did was ever help freaking Frodo, man.
I know he he literally threw his life, basically, you know,
he didn't even need to do
into the
any
fire.
of this.
Yeah.
Yes.
like for no, you know, basically all for his friend. Like
Yes.
he has no like, you know, any other motive or you know anything else.
And it's just so obvious that he has no other motive. It's like, fuck.
Father's will is turned to madness. Do not throw away your life so rash. Whence my nation's life not here. Your father loves you very much. He will remember it before the end.
I feel like Faramir is saying that he's doing this to defend the city, but it's more just for acceptance.
Yeah, I agree, but me and Nick literally talked about this yesterday because we were like, is it just so selfish? But I don't, because what I think is that Denethor would have sent them out, no matter what. He would have thrown them in jail or what. Like, he would have sent them to go get Osgiliath. He would have. He's crazy. He's unreasonable. It's not smart, but he would have. And so I think, obviously, he wants to be accepted by his father, but I do think it's still ultimately noble because he's like, look, he's going to send men to do it anyway. Whether I defy him or not, he's going to. He is still technically in charge. Gandalf can't take the throne from him or anything. And so it's like, look, I might as well lead my men because he's going to make them do it anyway. They're going to die anyway. Like, I might as well go myself.
I guess so, but the way he says it sounds like I'm basically going out to defend my city, whereas it's actually he's going out to die with his men. You know, the fact that he wants to just be accepted.
Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately that's kind of Faramir's flaw, but I think ultimately too he is like he's not like Boromir, and you see this, and I actually like that this is his character. Like, he doesn't immediately like find the right thing to do and choose it. Like, you can tell he's still more confused. He's not as clear on what is right. You know, like what the right thing to do is. And so I do think there is a strong sense of nobility, and he is doing his best to do what he thinks is right.
Yeah,
which I think is a great character, because there are people like that in the world, and a lot of us run into that, where it's like, it's not always black and white. And I think even if it is to us, he can't tell, and it's so hard to tell. And so he's like, look, I am doing what I think is right. He at least searching, like striving to do that.
And why should your songs be unfit for my halls? Come, sing me a song.
Home is behind, the world ahead. Through shadow, to the edge of night. Cloud and shade. Shadow.
And ultimately, I blame Denethor too, because like he just sent him to his death.
It is the road to the Dimwald, the door under the mountain.
None who venture there ever.
Are we going there?
No.
Okay. Is that one of the 9?
It kind of looks like it, right?
Kind of looked like it, yeah.
Whoa!
Just know how dangerous.
Well, that's no good. You won't kill many orcs with a blunt blade. Come on.
The pair we never thought we needed.
I do not doubt his heart, only the reach of his arm.
Why should Merry be left behind? He has as much cause to go to war as you.
He knows little of war as that, Hobbit. When the fear takes him, and the blood and the screams and the horror of battle take hold, do you think he would stand and fight? War is the province of men, Eowyn.
Now you could take that as Eomer being a jerk. I actually think he is trying to protect his sister.
I like the way they show it. Is like because I do think he's a little bit wrong, but I like that they show that moment. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and I like that there's more of a reason than just like, oh, women can't fight. Like, it is more of like I take it as at least of like at a protection like.
Yeah, I think he gets a sense of where her mind's at, and he's trying to protect her. He's not really saying, oh, women, shouldn't be on the battlefield.
Yeah, and regardless of men or women, like, it's also like, if you haven't had that experience of war, you're not going to be as weathered to it, And so even if you're not a liability to the whoever's beside you because you're not weathered enough, it makes yourself you put yourself in more danger, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, as if I was, the brother of someone who's, trying to put themselves in danger like that, I'd be like,
I mean, even if it was your other, like, even if it was your brother, like, it's
yeah. Even if it's my brother, it's like, dude, you haven't.
You're not trained. You're not a trained warrior. Like,
yeah. That would be the most reasonable thing to think that would happen, is like, you haven't seen this stuff. A lot of people probably have run from the war, that haven't seen these things, and so I just don't want you.
I choose a mortal life.
I wish.
Arwen is dying. She will not long survive the evil that now spreads from Mordor. The light of the even star is failing from the river. A fleet of Corsair ships sails from the south. They'll be in the city in 2 days. You're outnumbered, Aragorn, those who dwell in the mountain.
I was wondering
It's such a cool moment.
Trade leaving nothing. The answer to no one. They will answer to the King of Gondor.
Oh, the sword. Oh yeah, I totally forgot.
Man who can wield the power of his sword can summon to him an army more deadly than any that walks this earth. Put aside the ranger. Become who you are born to be. Take the devolved road. I would have you smile again. Not grieve for those whose time has come. No more despair. But when the time came, when Gondor's need was dire, they fled, vanishing into the darkness of the mountain. And so Isildur cursed them.
Okay, so they're like,
They were just Gondorian men that, like.
but I mean, now are they
abandoned.
like spirits?
The very warmth that I once you storm away.
Great. And that's why he's King of Gondor.
Oh,
Look at that. Badass.
Well, this is a thing unheard of. An elf would on the ground, but a dwarf dare not.
wow. I was like, who is this? 'Cause the other one. Holy,
That's sick. I still have a good amount of
Army of
men.
Rohirrim.
it's a decent amount. What is this place?
The dead do not suffer the living to pass. You will suffer me.
Holy.
Yeah, they're screwed.
The way is shut.
Oh, but
Shut. None but the King of Gondor may command me. Line was broken.
gain your honor. What say you?
You waste your time, Aragorn. We have no honor in life, we have none now in death.
I am Isildur. Fight for me. And I will hold your oaths fulfilled.
Faramir, is it not that he has fallen?
Oh, bro, are
shouldn't
you
have sent
fucking
him to
kidding
his
me? Don't
death.
pretend like, oh.
The city is right with it. Let us eat.
Has deserted us.
Ooh. That is insane, though. Fire back, dude. They got those catapults on the walls.
What?
Prepare for battle.
Thank you, Gandalf.
We have all wanted to do that this entire movie. I love those shields. They look like Roman shields or something. It's sick. They're throwing back pieces of the wall.
Yeah. Oh. That's a big piece.
Nice
Holy.
shots.
Yo, who shot that one? Yeah, we gotta worry about these guys, dude. It's the real threat, to be honest.
Well, it's like having an air force, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, come on. You can't shoot through the metal.
They have so many siege towers.
I like at a pure like superficial level too. I like that the movie makes it different than Helm's Deep.
Yeah.
Like they make the siege weapons and everything, so it's a different dynamic. Oh.
Go!
What a badass.
Nice.
The
Dude, they're
piles
doing
of
a good job.
bodies.
Run, you Richard.
Holy, what is drawn? Oh, is that like one of those swinging?
Yeah.
Someone throw some catapult stuff at it.
So that is the disc change. That is the
Alright.
end of part 1 of Return of the King.
Alrighty.
A bit of a cliffhanger.
So the middle 4.
Thoughts so far?
Well, I mean, this is definitely a very large scale battle. Like, holy, I'm interested. Of course, I'm interested to see the rest of the battle, but I'm also interested in Frodo's whole journey and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And we still got to see the rest of that, and then I'm also wondering the leader of the Nazgul or whatever.
The Witch King?
The Witch
Yeah.
King. I
Yeah.
kind of want to see like what his deal is, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like how they do a good job of leaving all I mean, here we're kind of leaving all the different sides on a cliffhanger. Like, I like that's like, okay, well, Frodo just left Sam. This freaking giant ass battering ram just showed up.
Yeah.
There's the ships of men coming from the east or wherever it is. I don't remember where it is. And it's like everything is. I don't know. I like how this movie it doesn't try to do more than just having this gigantic battle for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still got a lot of stuff to come together. So I mean,
yeah, I do really like how in this third movie, like you're saying, how you feel the scale of everything being so huge.
Yeah.
I also like how, at least for me, like with this first half of the movie, they've really set up how each of the different characters has kind of a role or a job, like it's very personal to them. Like Theoden has something he needs to do. Eowyn, everyone has their own individual quest or motivation within this big
but without
thing.
making it too contrived. Like, because sometimes movies will be like, oh, you are the only guy who could do this, and you're like, well, really? Like they do a good job of kind of mixing in all the different characters in key moments of all of this without making it feel like, oh, see, all the cool guys that we like have to do this. Like even Faramir, like that moment was such a cool moment.
Yeah. I'm surprised that he lived. Oh, it's a good thing, because
I don't know. This movie is just an absolutely stunning movie, and I think the way they shoot it, and with the White City and Mordor and everything like that, and even how they've built, like, I like that, you have the feeling that Mordor is building up its armies, so that this army of like millions basically doesn't. I mean, I don't know if it's actually millions, but it feels like it. It doesn't feel like it comes out of nowhere, but it does feel like it's been slowly building all these movies. So when it does show up, it's like, holy fuck, like. That's what we've been building. It's cool. Just the way they build it throughout the movies, and now we're here.
Yeah.
Like, they build up to this final conflict, I think is so epic.
And Sauron's trying to make a move before, the world of men unites. Like, he's like, now is the time to attack when they're still divided and all over the place.
I'm interested in if Sauron will ever get to really see Sauron. Like,
I mean, because he's only in his eye form.
Yeah, we have never really, only in the flashbacks have we ever seen a physical sort of form, so I'm interested if we ever, that would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. It's something I was thinking about too, because I was thinking the last movie, and I was like, so far at least, the elves haven't showed up. And I think it's really interesting that, like, at first I was like, oh, fuck the elves and the dwarves, just abandon them. But the more I think about it, I think it's kind of cool where it's almost like the elves are facilitating it, like they rebuilt Andoril. Or they built Andoril. They rebuilt whatever the old sword is called. Narsil. But it's like, I almost feel like because they lost the last one, and just because this story, it's like, this is a war for men. And man has to do this.
Yeah, I feel like...
And so it's like, we can facilitate and we can aid, but in the end, like, the world of men has to come together to defend itself.
It's almost like they gotta prove themselves and kind of make up for...
freaking Isildur.
Yeah, I mean, mistakes that they've made in the past.
Yeah, I think that's just cool. But yeah, obviously, we're coming up on the end here. If you guys want to go support us, you can go check out the Patreon. Part 2 is up tomorrow. If you don't want to wait, it's up right now. If you don't want to wait, obviously it's coming out straight tomorrow as soon as possible. The end.
Yeah.
We got another 2 hours left, but it's the epic finale of Lord of the Rings. And then, like I said, obviously we're going to be watching the Hobbit movies. And if you're not into that, I mean, I know I personally don't like them as much as Lord of the Rings. I think most fans are kind of agreed on that. But we're going to do it. Some of you guys wanted it, and then we'll move on to maybe some other fantasy things like Game of Thrones. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to all the new love. Welcome to all the new people. Thank you guys so much. And we will see you guys tomorrow.